Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Rosa here of Splat Communications and Simplified Strategic Solutions. We decided to undertake a series of videos regarding the expansion of the Philippines' foreign relations during the time of martial law. It is important for the young and the young at heart to know or remember these events, as these historical events has been hidden for over 3 decades. It is about time we shed light into this so that people will know. Episode 2, China. As explained from first-hand accounts of Miss Rita Gadi, kindly follow all her social media accounts. Thank you. Again, we reiterate. These are all first-hand information, as Miss Gadi was there to witness these events herself.
Another area that another country which is also very critical and which is very historic is the People's Republic of China. Again, upon the invitation, Mrs. Marcos went ahead as a precursor again to the state visit of President Marcos to China. And I do not think there has ever been a welcome that has been as awesome and as extravagant and really as stupendous, if you could call it, as what she was given in Beijing when she arrived for the first time. So after so many years that we have had no diplomatic relations at all, then it was only in 1975 that diplomatic relations were opened with the People's Republic of China, and really the welcome was really something which was awesome. She was met there by the Chinese leadership, and she was able to meet with President Chou En-lai. He was convalescing. Well, he was not quite well. He was already in the hospital at the time, but he was able to meet with Mrs. Marcos in full uniform, in his full military uniform. But then, of course, the historic meeting was with Chairman Mao Zedong. So we had to fly in that place where he started the long march from Yunnan all the way to Beijing. The start of the Cultural Revolution from that particular cave, so to speak. Well, he is now there. He was there at the time, living the last years of his life. And it was really shortly before he died that the delegation of Mrs. Marcos was able to meet with Chairman Mao. She brought with her only son, Bongbong Marcos. At the state visit, President Marcos brought the 2 daughters. So in the first visit of Mrs. Marcos, when she went to Beijing, she brought with her now our presidential candidate, former Senator Bongbong Marcos. So it was there that she met with Chairman Mao Zedong, and out of respect, the way we do this here traditionally, we would yung tinatawag nga na nagmamano po, you would have the back of the palm touch the forehead as a sign of respect, and that's exactly what Chairman Mao Zedong also did. He also took Mrs. Marcos' hand and touched his forehead at the back of her palm. So that is the classic historic photograph that the whole world has seen. Chairman Mao of the Cultural Revolution and of the Great Republic of the People's Republic of China, making mano po, or kissing the back of the palm of Mrs. Marcos. So that was something which perhaps would be recorded in history for the rest of our lives. Where have we been? We have been there. So that was a brief meeting, but it was sufficient enough for for Mrs. Marcos and Chairman Mao to talk briefly. As a matter of fact, the question was posed, what exactly was the vision of Chairman Mao as far as China was concerned, and he replied with his clenched fist, striking his chest and saying, "My name, Jiangsu," which is the Middle Kingdom of the world. And so, prophetic as it may be, that it remains to be now the Middle Kingdom of the world. With the growth of China as a world power in the Asian region, we could see how important that statement of Chairman Mao was. And then, of course, in the first visit of Mrs. Marcos, her guide was Madame Tsung, the wife of Chairman Mao, who brought her to all of the different sites in Beijing at the time, the bicycle factory and several of the communes, several of the plantation fields where they had all of these little placards and little in Chinese characters, you had all of this on stilts. They were there in the open field, and that was why we had to ask whether they were signs of the variety of rice that was being planted there, the variety of the palay that was growing in that particular field. And we were told, no, those are lines from the poems of Chairman Mao, and that would help have their fields and their rice fields grow even more abundantly. So that was a classic meeting, and also the meeting that that was held with Chow and Lai. At the time, they were not yet a member of the United Nations, and even in the early conversations at the time, Chow and Lai was already asking what would happen when China would be discussing the South China Sea, the islets, etc., and that navigational highway by the time that China would be entering the United Nations. And of course, what was important was that they would honor the debates and the conclusion of the United Nations Conference on the Law of the Sea, which is the UNCLOS. Eventually, that would be the ruling international law covering the navigational highway of the South China Sea. So you could see how critical the meetings were in the first stages of the visit of Mrs. Marcos to the People's Republic of China.
Wouldn't you agree that the video was very informative? I am sure only a few Generation X or Generation Y Filipinos know about this. This is a very important part in our nation's history when we started to build foreign relations with other countries. The people have to be informed about how these relations with other nations started. These foreign relations help build our image and our standing in the community of nations. Kindly let other people know this important information too by sharing the video. Thank you. This is the end of episode 2. We hope you will also watch episode 3, Libya. For those who have not subscribed yet, please do so. Please do not skip ads, as this helps us remain independent. We promote a healthy discourse in the comment section. Just be mindful of your words, as it is a direct reflection of you as a person. In behalf of my partner Wina and the entire Splat Communications and Simplified Strategic Solutions team, thank you. Till next time. Stay safe. Rosa out. Bye.